All right, y'all, we back in the gym, and a lot of people probably wondering where I've been at workout wise. I've been doing other videos in the bedroom talking about Larry Wills and Deen the Great and Rampage Jackson and Larry Wills' wife. That's because I couldn't make it to the gym, so I just been doing what I could. All right. So what am I doing today? I'm doing the SBD workout, squat, bench, deadlift, but with a twist. All right. So at the end you'll see my deadlift. No, at the end you'll see my bench press. In the middle you'll see my deadlift. And right now I'm showing my squat, which I'm having to rebuild back. So anytime I do a SBD day, which is squat, bench, deadlift, all in one day, I try to do at least 1,000 pounds all added up together of my top sets. But that's not gonna happen today. Why? Squat is in the worst position that it's been in not a long time, but I have bought my squat back to like mid 300s. I'm trying to work my way up to 400. That right there was 135. I'm gonna put 185 next. Warm up set, warm up set. Then I'm gonna start doing singles, and I'm gonna work as close as 300 pounds as I feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? I could easily put 315 or more on the bar, but you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, because you'll fry your CNS, your central nervous system, and you want to save some in the tank for the next workout. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and film from the side so you can make sure I'm hitting depth. And what is depth? All right, it's going down low enough. A lot of guys put the bar on their back and then they go this far. That's not a squat. When you squat, you want to go down. All right. So when you go down, you want to make sure your hip joint is lower than your knee joint. All right, or your femur is parallel to the floor at least. All right. So that's not a squat. That's not a squat. You got to go down to squat. You know what I'm saying? And power up like a Kamehameha. You feel me? So it is what it is. All right. So it's a full body movement. It's a compound movement, just like a squat, bench, deadlift, um, powerlifting movements, right? But what happened to my squat and why am I bringing it back? I'm not acting. All right. This isn't Deen and Tiki fake hits. This is all that's lights, camera, action. This is real lifting, all right? So, and I'm natural. I weigh 172 pounds today, I think. And I did cut down to like 166, 167. And I'm giving myself enough like bulking room to get up to like 180. I'm not getting above 180, all right? And questions below, I'm gonna answer before you even ask them. Because I don't want to get fat, all right? So, striking range. So I could, not hitting people, but striking range as in, so this is 225. The bar is 45 pounds. Each plate is 45 pounds. There's 4 plates, 2 on each side. But yeah, what I mean by striking range, when I'm cutting, to get your abs is the main reason why a lot of people cut. I don't compete in powerlifting or bodybuilding, and I'm natural, so I'm doing what I can. I'm just trying to be the king of the gym. But before I do anything, I do want to compete one day in powerlifting. But I got to get my numbers way up. My squat has hella potential. But I'm not going for the heaviest weight that I possibly can go. I just got to get back to where I'm breathing, embracing, and doing things to where my liking. And I'm a deadlift next, and I'm going to show y'all the difference between my squat and deadlift. A lot of people who squat and deadlift are pretty good. Both usually are close. Their squat and deadlift numbers are close. Mine is like I deadlift twice as much as I squat. So that was 245, and I'm doing singles. Now I'm doing 275, and I'm not using a belt. Should have used the belt because y'all will see. I don't film anything and not post it. I'm real over here. All right, so there's no acting. And also, what y'all think about that Rampage Jackson, Tiki, Deen the Great, Larry Wills thing? All right, me personally, I think that was all acting. There's no mark on dude face. There's no cuss. I didn't see any blood. I didn't see anything. Like, not saying that I want things like that to happen. Right here, I chickened out and I put it back. All right. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna use my belt. So I did like this around my waist so I could indicate that I was doing my belt. I put my belt on. Second try. Should have got, but what happened was my camera didn't have enough room, so it blanked out on me. So The third time, I'm out of my zone. I'm out of my motion. Not making an excuse. I'm just telling the truth. Not complaining, just explaining. All right. I got plenty of videos of me doing closer to 400 pounds. Um, no, I did it. I forgot. Oh yeah, I did do it. Okay. And what am I talking about then? Oh, I didn't go up. I was gonna go up, and I just chickened out. That's when I chickened out. So I took my belt off. My bad, y'all. I didn't even remember what I did. All right, took my belt off, took my gloves off, and what is it time for? It's time for the deadlift. I'm gonna grab one of these bars right here, put it on the floor right here, put some weight on the bar, but I'm going to listen to my music as I warm up. I don't want to take y'all through a whole nother warm up, and I'm gonna show y'all when I got that same amount of weight down here. All right, 275. Bam. I didn't go straight to this 275. I just didn't film 135, 225, and all that. So 275, same weight that I just barely got on squat. I did it, but look how easy this is. Like it's nothing even on the bar. And I'm going up. This is not even halfway through my warm up. And I'm not even going as heavy as I can on deadlift either today. I just want to get at least close to 500, all right? Because like I say, I haven't been in the gym for about the most part of a week. Probably more than that, really. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I really like pushed it hard in the gym. I've been missing days, which is cool. You know, you got to have your rest days. But you don't want to have your rest days and then more days out of the gym. You know, in my opinion, you should start over if you do that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was, the heck was that? I don't know, 455? No, 365. And then I'm going to put 50 more pounds on there. And that's, I don't even know what that is. What is that? 415? All right, that's 415. Yeah. Hey, excuse my math if that's anything wrong. Anybody that don't know how to lift or don't know the plates, you know, put it in the comment below how much that is, if you know what that is. All right, that green plate in the middle is a 25. All right, everything else is 45s and a 25 on the sides. 415 went up easy. My deadlift max is like 100 pounds, 150 pounds more than that. Conventional raw. I'm going raw. Hey, excuse my language, I don't mean it like that. No gloves, no chalk, no straps, no belt, no nothing. So I'm not even pushing a max. I'm just getting some heavy weight in my hands, feeling it. And next I'm going to bench press, but I'm doing it with a twist. That's where the twist is at. All right. They bolted my bench press down that I like to do for flat bench. And, you know, in powerlifting, you do flat bench, deadlift, which is you could do sumo or conventional. I do conventional. Or you could do squat, high bar, low bar, do low bar. All right, so no belt, no gloves. If I was to use belt or gloves, this would be a lot easier. No chalk is on the bar because I'm not using any chalk. And this is 455. That green is a 25. The rest are 45s, and the bar is 45. All right, on each side, bam. Sandwiches. I made a sandwich out of that 25 right there. So yeah, man, don't bite off more than you can chew. I'm telling you, don't do this. All right. So my bench press, but I'm not doing dumbbells. I'm doing the incline. I've been doing incline, but I've been doing dumbbells. I haven't done the incline barbell in a long time. Once I get that down pack, I'm gonna do the decline. Not today, but soon. Also, I might do the floor press on one of these days. I'm gonna start doing other variations of the bench press before I eventually go back to the flat bench and see what I actually can do. Y'all see how big my upper body is? So the weight that you see me push is not the weight that I can lift, all right? So anytime you're doing something that you, especially if you haven't been doing it in a long time, be careful, all right? I had to set up the bench. I'm doing it all wrong. I'm finding out what I'm doing wrong. I don't need advice. I'm just saying I'm looking at the video myself, and I see what I'm doing wrong. A lot of people think I'm doing that right. It ain't that bad. I'm just saying. I just got to work out the kinks. I got to learn how to set up the bench the way I like it. It's just you don't go as heavy as you possibly can. Like I was doing wider grip. Now I'm doing narrow grip. Just trying to figure out where I want to be at. You don't go as heavy as you can if you haven't figured out how you want to do it, all right? It don't matter how long you've been lifting, but especially if you're a beginner, all right? Learn the form first. Learn how to set up your stuff first. And I feel like that seat was a little bit too deep, so I'm going to go ahead and put this 3 to 2. All right, pull that and then push that up, all right? And my bad, it's actually 4. All right, 2 would have been down, right? So players mess up. That's what I'm saying. To make that a little bit squeezier, to make it easier, to go ahead and parch easier. And I put a little bit of weight on the bar, right? This is 135 pounds. My max as of late is like 305. My ultimate max when I was heavier was like 365. I have videos about all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not strong as Larry Wills or none of those guys. Um, that dude been on roids for decades. Admittedly, so he's not a fake natty. But I'm just saying, like, you know, people like to compare anybody that lifts to anybody that lifts. And I only weigh 170. I do almost 300 pounds. Pound for pound, I'm eating them alive, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially on deadlift. But yeah, his deadlift like almost 1,000, I think. But I'm just saying, like, if it's not 1,000. But hey, man, everything special. You a Captain America, do it. Everything special come from a bottle. It ain't you, it's what you taking. You know what I'm saying? Partially, it's you too, but it's what you taking. If I was to take the same thing, what you think gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? If I was to gain weight,